What is going on, people? Welcome back. This is part 4 of the Grand Slam series. We're going straight into the car here at Miguello. We're going to put the soft tyres on. And not only put the soft tyres on, we're going to reduce the fuel all the way down. Ready for qualifying. I think Miguello, there's no point doing 3 laps. We'll do 2 laps. So that gives us 2 chances to get a fastest lap round here. But yeah, if you joined us in the first and second and third parts, they were all successes. The last part though, part 3 at Mid-Ohio, that got a bit tight, a bit tense with the lap times during the race. There was one guy who had pace and I thought he was going to take the fastest lap time, but in the end he didn't. So it was completed. So that is 3 races ticked off. Now we're going over to Italy and Miguello. This is the start of qualifying. Yeah, we're in qualifying now, and we're going to see what we can do. See if we can set a blistering lap time first lap in, and we've already gone a little bit wide, which isn't good. So yeah, we've got to try and hook up the rest of this lap now to set something quite dominant for the first one. We've only got really 2 attempts here. Yeah, I only put enough fuel in the car for 2 attempts. So I just think with Miguello, the soft tyre, there's no way you're going to get a competitive lap time on the 3rd lap with a soft tyre. So we put enough fuel in the car for 2 laps with the soft tyre. And yeah, I think if we mess up the 2nd lap, at least we can skip and then get a chance of a 3rd or reset the tyre and go for a 3rd lap. That's the only reason we would actually be going for 3 quali laps. But apart from that, it's going to be 2 competitives. And it looks like at the moment we're not going to be setting the fastest time we possibly could. It looks like we're just going to set a competitive lap time for the first one. As many would call it, a banker lap. I take it that's what we're going for right now. People are setting lap times as 1:48.9, 1:50.2. Let's see where we come over the line. I think we're going to be more near the 1:48 than the 1:50, I think. Hopefully south of the 1:48. It's going to be quite close, not too close. Okay, so we're around 3 seconds up from the fastest lap time. But this is it now. This is the lap we need to set. This is going to have to be the quali lap. So late brake into the first corner to take the late apex. Not losing the rear end. And then a slight late brake here, using the curb on the inside but not too much to unsettle the car, and then swing it over back to the right, using the curbs on entry and exit. Move the car slowly back over to the right hand side, late brake, hit that curb on entry but don't hit the sausage. See those yellow curbs that stick up, you don't want to touch them. Using all the curbs at the moment, slight late brake here, down into 2nd gear, let the car rotate in and then cut it back to the left for the 2nd phase of the S-bend. And then back into back down into 3rd, from 4th gear. Let the car ride out, using the curb on exit, and then swoop back in for this fast right-hander, using all the curb on exit as well. And then this is a much slower S-bend here, so you want to chuck it down into 2nd gear. Set the car up nicely for exit. Don't worry about going flat out through mid of it. And then swoop the car back over to the left-hand side. Down into 2nd gear for this long canted right-hander, keeping the car as tight as possible, and then getting on the acceleration when you don't have to come off again through this fast S-bend, which we just about keep it on track on exit. Keeping the car on the right-hand side for this final corner, brake down into 2nd gear, really late apex, and it's just about going to keep the grip as we get back on, and we're 1.3 up. So I think that'll be good enough at the moment. A 1:44.4. The next quickest nearest guy is nearly 4 seconds slower than us, which is making confidence ring round my head. But you never know what they're going to do next. There's still a minute to go. These guys are going to be going flat out round here during quali. And you don't know, someone might have just joined the lobby and they might be on to a flying lap. We just don't know that. If you're thinking, why am I not going for the the third quali lap. There's not enough fuel in the car and the tyres will die midway around the lap anyway, so there's no point. So we're just going to slow the car down here. Let everyone catch up. There are guys going over the line right now, so we'll keep an eye on the delta. Someone does set a better lap time and it's a 1:48, so they're still around 4 seconds behind us, which is actually quite amazing. 4 seconds is a lot of time around Miguello, so I don't know why these guys aren't setting more competitive lap times. There are some other guys going over the line right now. This is probably going to be the last guy to go over. He does take second spot and it's a 1:48 as well. It's crazy, to be honest. I honestly, maybe there's just not guys that are as competitive as us in this race. There's not many people either, as you can see. But yeah, I was hoping this series was going to bring a lot more on-edge qualifying sessions of place swapping before it ends, but it's not been like that so far. It's just been really straightforward in the Porsche. But we're going to put the fuel up to the race length, so 5 laps, drop it down 1 like so, medium tyre, that'll do, and now we're ready to go. So here we are at the beginning of the race, on pole position. Hopefully we can keep pole going into the first corner, that'd be lovely. But it's not the end of the world. I know normally a Grand Slam is to lead every lap, but that's unrealistic in Forza, especially long starts to the first corner. Some cars, especially full drives, will just take off. But we do go into the first corner in first place. The Grand Slam is to get qualifying, win the race, and get the fastest lap. But there you go, we're going to do the quadruple again. We're going to lead every lap, it looks like, at the moment. Oh, don't get a penalty. Which we do, brilliant. So we're technically not winning this race right now, but we are, but we're not. Hopefully we can build up that gap to the guy behind. A bit frustrating we've done that on the first couple of corners, but hey ho, you can't always have a fully clean race. The car feels a lot heavier and less grippy than it did in qualifying, put it that way. I can definitely feel the weight of it more than the loss of grip in the tyre. These long right-handers and left-handers, the car seems to just slide a little bit when I try and push it. So I'm hoping that'll improve as the car uses its fuel and gets a bit lighter, definitely. As it goes to mediums, I don't really mind going from soft to mediums. Like, obviously you're expecting that loss of grip, but when it comes to weight, it's very hard to judge sometimes how quick you can enter a corner after doing qualifying on a light car with soft tyres. But we're already clear of the penalty. We're 2.1 up on the guy behind. We're just trying to get a feel for the car still at the moment, believe it or not, after a whole lap of racing it. But I'm starting to get the hang of it. And this is going to be lap 1 of 4 at Miguello, and we are definitely in a position that we want to be in. And it's looking good, to be honest, at the moment. Looking really good. Going into the first corner, that's nice and tight like we like it at first, and then pushing on the exit, using the curb on entry there, use the curb on exit as well, just about. We skim the front tyre on it, and then fully accelerate down here, slightly moving the car over to the right hand side, and then braking heavy to then cut back to the left, and then position the car nicely for a good exit on the right corner here. Keeping it on the left hand side, brake down into second gear for this faster S-bend, positioning the car for the exit. Remember, you want to dominate the exit rather than the midway through the corner. And then this long right-hander, keeping the car on the left hand side for this other long right-hander, which you can take really fast with good downforce in the car. And then this is the slower S-bend, so brake it down into second gear. Again, the same as the last S-bend, position the car nicely for exit rather than mid-corner. And then you accelerate away nicely. And then down into second gear, letting the gearbox slow the car down rather than braking. Gearbox, a little bit of acceleration just to carry us through the corner. And then this fast S-bend where we go through quite nicely, probably better than we did in qualifying. and then slight late brake into this braking zone to take a late apex. That's where we go really wide mid-corner, but then you see we tighten up towards the end. And we're going to go over the line here, 5 seconds up on our last lap time. So it's going to be a 1:45.8. Lovely. I can't remember what our pole position was either, so I don't know if we can have a go at beating our pole, because I can't remember what the pole was. I think it was a 1:44. Yeah, because they were setting 1:48s. I think it was a 1:44.2, our pole position, which was still miles away from. I don't think we'll be setting that, but if we can set ourselves a little goal by the end of this race of getting a 1:44, well, just getting into the 1:44s in general, that means all we got to do excuse me, is improve by 0.8 of a second, well, basically 0.9 of a second, and we're already 2 tenths up, so it's definitely possible. Medium tyres shouldn't die either. I'm hoping they don't die by the end of this race. We'll just have to see at the moment. I'm just keeping an eye on them, waiting for the delta to pop back up. So we're 4 tenths up, so we're about halfway through improving. Sorry, just checking an email. Yeah, coming through the fast death bend towards the end of this lap, we're 4 tenths up, and going into the final corner, that same line, go a little bit wide mid corner to then get a tight exit. 5 tenths up. Oh, 6 tenths up. So we've got one more lap to try and get into the 1:44s. It was a 1:45.2. So we just got to get rid of nearly 3 tenths off of this lap, and we'll get into them 1:44s, which I think is really good. It just all depends whether the tyre, I think the tyres should hang on. I think they should. That's not a good start to the lap. We went quite wide on that first corner, and then we come wide on exit as well, and we're down by 3 tenths. Brilliant. At least we made a good go of it, eh? Frustrating. Still down by 3 tenths. I think if we haven't at least got rid of them 3 tenths by the midway through this lap, there's no way that we are going to be able to get into the 1:44s. No way, and chance in hell. That was smooth there. We need a smooth exit on this one though. We do just about keep on track. We're half a second down now, so I think it's quite safe to say we're not going to be getting in the 1:44s. But yeah, it was a good race. Very straightforward. The guy behind, he sort of stuck with us. I don't think he'll be getting the fastest lap of this race, but he definitely stuck with us, at least like through this whole lap. He's actually pulled the time in a bit on us, I think, so he's definitely got pace. He's pulled in a lot of time actually. He was about 6.4 behind us earlier, and now he's 5.3. Unless he's really good at cornering, and then we're better on a straight. I don't know, to be honest. We'll find out here anyway. So ours was a 45.2, wasn't it? Yeah, okay. What does he say? He says a 46.4. He was definitely showing pace towards the end of that race. But we do complete the challenge. We qualified first. We won the race. And we got the fastest lap of the race as well. And we led every lap as well. So if you want to count that, count that. I don't really mind about leading every lap, because obviously it can be quite unrealistic with Forza feature multiplayer races. But that's Miguello off the list, completed. You saw it here first. Cheers for watching, guys. Join me in part 4. This was part 4. Cancel that. Join me in part 5 for the next part of this series. I hope you're enjoying it. Leave in the comments if you're liking it, or if you're not, if you want me to stop, etc. Or even if you've got any ideas for another series I could set, you come and tell me and I'll give it a go.